Namaskar friends, this is NJ, host on this channel, continuing our discussion on understanding the 7th house lord's placement in different nakshatras. In this video, we will try to understand what could be the distinctive personality traits of your spouse or what could be the theme of your matrimonial life if your 7th house lord is going to be placed in the nakshatra number 17, which is the Anuradha nakshatra. So guys, the objective of this playlist is that we are trying to classify the inherent qualities of all the nakshatras in 4 categories. That what could be the attached strength of that nakshatra, what could be the connected weaknesses of that nakshatra, what kind of opportunities that nakshatra in the form of your matrimonial life or marriage, just because your 7th house lord is placed in that nakshatra and the planets just manifest the energies of their disposed nakshatra only. So the connected opportunities, and at the end, what could be the most dreaded or threatful side of that nakshatra basis your 7th house lord's placement. So that is something which we are trying to do or understand in this playlist. And guys, before we will start our discussion on today's nakshatra, first just let's try to understand the basic overview or representing qualities and energies of this nakshatra. So guys, as you know this thing, that this nakshatra completely resides in the Scorpio sign. So from 3 degree 20 minutes till 60 degree 40 minutes is the region which this nakshatra occupies in the zodiac belt within the Scorpio sign. So guys, the moment I said Scorpio, as you know that the rulership of the Scorpio sign goes to the planet Mars and it is being co-ruled by the Ketu, and the ownership of this nakshatra goes to the planet Saturn. So then you must be thinking about that, oh my god, Saturn is into picture, Mars and Ketu are also involved, so it means there must be so much tumultuousness, so much resentment, so much revenge, that kind of energy we might be coming across or we might have to face. But guys, this is where the Vedic astrology brings out its beauty. I mean to say, on a superficial level, the kind of fear people have with Scorpio, trust me on this thing guys, even within Scorpio sign, this is the most calm section of the Scorpio sign. So the moment we will start getting deeper into the details of this nakshatra, you will fairly see the essence and beauty of the Vedic astrology to begin with. So the deity or the god who preside over this nakshatra is one of the 12 Aditya known as the Mitra. So Mitra, which can be translated in English as a friend. So I mean to say, Mitra just embodies and personifies the qualities of friendship, cordiality, good faith, trustability, dependability. So I mean to say, you can fairly attach these qualities, energies which it receives from its presiding deity. At the same time, just because one of the attached symbol with the energies of this nakshatra is of lotus. So as you know that when we talk about lotus, lotus in itself represents purity, auspiciousness, and our like Hindu goddess Saraswati, who represents knowledge, wisdom, learning, has always been portrayed as sitting on top of the lotus only. So because of which goddess Saraswati is also get connected with the energies of this nakshatra. So I mean to say, lot of learning potential, friendship, cordiality can be connected with the functioning of this nakshatra. So guys, now we will start our discussion on the basis of categorizing it in 4 categories of that what kind of personality traits it can bring out in your partner, in your spouse, if your 7th house lord is going to be placed in this Anuradha nakshatra. So guys, if you want to understand the strength side, so like the way I've been putting emphasis on the friendship, on learning, on knowledge, so you can fairly see it in a way that your partner could actually be possessing all these qualities of being very adaptable, being very cordial, a learned person, a very intellectual person. And just because guys, the whole of this nakshatra resides in the Scorpio sign, where there is lot of potential of mystery, spirituality, worship. And friends, I forgot to mention this thing, that the name itself, Anuradha in itself means chasing Radha or after Radha. So in a way Radha, which in itself symbolizes the pure worship and devotion which Radha had for Lord Krishna. So I mean to say, and even the power which this nakshatra possesses is the Radhana Shakti, which means the power to worship. So I mean to say, being very loyal in relationship, being very devoted in the relationship. So this is how you can see energies reverberating in the form of Anuradha Nakshatra. So I mean to say, if you want to understand the strength side of your 7th house Lord's placement in the Anuradha Nakshatra, so definitely your partner is going to have a very adaptable, very friendly, very cordial, and someone who can actually drive you towards all form of exploration, all form of growth. I mean to say, marriage and matrimonial path could take you to foreign lands as well, because many times it has been seen that all those people who are strongly in the influence of Anuradha Nakshatra, they very easily adjust to any foreign culture, foreign environment, and they many a times, if their 10th house Lord or their ascendant Lord is placed in the Anuradha Nakshatra, they also get success in the foreign land as well. So I mean to say, the foreign word can be seen as a metaphor, which in this context can be seen as this thing that marriage can actually take you to unknown and some new unexplored horizon and terrain and territories where your knowledge base can enhance, your fortune can enhance, and at the same time, the good part about the energies of this nakshatra is that it has the potential to actually make people with differing opinion, with different culture, different thought work together, act as a glue, and make different people come together and work for a common cause, or something where you are devoting yourself to the universal functioning or for the universal good. So I mean to say, guys, that kind of potential and energies you can associate and attach as one of the strength side of the energies of this Anuradha Nakshatra. Now friends, coming to the next section of understanding the weaknesses connected with this nakshatra. So trust me guys, I actually contemplated a lot, researched a lot. I did not find any concrete weaknesses which can be attached with the functioning of this nakshatra. Although this nakshatra has got the tumultuous energies of all the malefic planets. When we talk about Saturn, we talk about Mars, we talk about Pluto, we talk about Ketu, but still this nakshatra somehow rather has a positivity inherent in it, that it can even make all these contradictory energies come together and work for a common cause. But let's say, for example, if I have to actually point out some of the weaknesses, so many times it has been seen that this nakshatra has got lot of potential of friendliness, friendship, and for a social and outdoor life. So let's say, for example, if you have a Capricorn ascendant and your 7th house Lord is a benefic planet like Moon, and if it is placed in the 11th house in the Anuradha Nakshatra, or let's say, for example, any other benefic planet like Mercury, which in itself is a very friendly planet, Venus, which also wants to interact, socialize, or even Jupiter. So in those kind of scenario and circumstances, native might also prioritize outdoor life, social life, friend circle, which could cause a rift in the relationship where the partner might find himself or herself being deprived of the attention which the native wants or deserves in the relationship. So that is how you can see one of the probable connected weaknesses of this nakshatra. Now guys, moving ahead, if you want to understand the opportunities connected with this nakshatra, so like the way I have already explained this thing, that this nakshatra has got the potential to take you to unexplored terrains and horizons. At the same time, let's say, for example, you got married and someone who has to adjust in a very difficult, a joint family, or in a very differing or completely different circumstances or a family environment. So someone who has got a 7th house Lord placed in the Anuradha Nakshatra, so you might remain lucky in finding a partner or attracting a relationship where your partner might adjust to any of your difficult situation or any of the contradictory or eccentric situation. Because guys, you have to understand this thing, many times I also get this kind of query in the consultation where people say this thing that, okay, I have got a very short temper, I've got this eccentricity in my behavior, this eccentricity in my nature, so I don't know whether shall I get married or not, whether my partner is going to be compatible with me, or whether I will be accommodate or adjust myself in the relationship. So I mean to say, if your 7th house lord is going to be placed in the Anuradha nakshatra, so you might remain lucky in finding a partner who might be able to adjust with you in the relationship, new opportunities. So this is how you can see one of the connected opportunities with the functioning of this Anuradha nakshatra. And last friends, if you want to understand the most threatful or dreaded side of the functioning of this nakshatra, so guys, you have to understand this thing, that whenever we talk about the planet like Saturn, planet like Ketu, and the energies of the Scorpio sign, so no matter whether you are able to adjust to your current circumstances or not, but there are certain alignments, there are certain energies on which you do not have any control, you do not possess any control. So I mean to say, when we talk about the karmic energies, we talk about all those kind of curses which are going in the family or generational in the families, or we talk about all those arisht yogas and all. So I mean to say, let's say for example, if your 7th house lord is placed in the Anuradha nakshatra and there is some involvement of Ketu or some houses like 8th house, 5th house, so then in those kind of severe critical afflictions, and there is some involvement of the Gandamul nakshatra, like your moon is placed in Ketu's or Mercury's nakshatras. So in all of those kind of confirming situation, and along with your 7th house lord being placed in the Anuradha nakshatra, then in those kind of circumstances or situation, it could make you vulnerable to come into the influence or grip of the karmic energies. But friends, that is only in the case of the extreme affliction. Apart from that, your 7th house lord being placed in the Anuradha nakshatra can be seen as a very good sign, where whether it's your life partner or marriage could actually take you or connect you to wealth, foreign travels, lot of exploration, spiritual elevation, and actually finding someone who is going to be very learned, whether in the form of the worldly knowledge or whether in the form of esoteric, mysterious knowledge of the secret functioning of the universe. So this is something friends which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for your 7th house lord's placement in the Anuradha nakshatra. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Thank you.